Welcome to the round of 32 in the Deca Starter Deck Tournament. We are in the money, but we're trying to get more money. So winning is still optimized, despite what public opinion may say. So there's that. We're going first, which is probably a smart idea. Stack the Deck is the worst card ever, but we're happy to get rid of it in our opening mulligan. And the rest of the mulligan, not so good. I'll lead with the Ronald and Sparrow. You could have argued leading with the Shiv, but I think leading this is good, and then T2 either this or this, depending on what they do. Okay, they do this. So I think we go with the Vagabond because it's much more difficult to deal with, and potentially can just get us insane value. We're definitely okay if they trade these. And if they have an Axewoman and trade this and this for this, I think we're okay as well. Okay, Barporculios, and they trade this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to attack here. Like, if they GP here, they're giving up a lot of tempo, and we can play Shiv Porculios next turn. It just fits our mana curve, and yeah, whatever. It's got to be tempo awkward for them to do that line. Okay, Barricade. They have the walls. Of course, we have walls now, too. Got the Barb Porculios. Next turn, we have Apep. But we are chipping away. We are tearing down their walls. So it feels like they got great value, but they traded 5 mana for 3 mana effectively, and they don't get a card off of that, which is good for us. How do we want to handle this spot now? I think this hits here. Let's just go ahead and trade these. There's no reason to rush Apep down. We'll get down Barricade. We've got a couple of walls in play. Not a great board, but we probably get the Sanctum next, which is something. Okay, their Apep is going to be somewhat annoying. We'll just chip away at it. We'll chip away at it indeed. So to be a little bit weaker, they're giving it Deadly, which is going to be annoying. However, the Axewoman and chipping away, we can definitely get rid of it if we'd like. We could also ransom it, which is not horrendous. Actually, I like ransom here. It makes some sense. It's just going to be so awkward for them to ever really replay it. And yeah, I mean, I could have just killed it though. It's another option. They have a lot more cards in hand than I have, but we're hoping that the board presence is going to make the difference here. Okay, Ronald and Sparrow, we can eat that. Not a good card to top deck, is it? I was really hoping for something useful. So we're going to do this. It just uses the most mana, and yeah, that's why we're doing it. They still attack here into here. We can do this into this. Ooh, they get this, which is ugly, and they rip our hand with a double dealer. Very unfortunate for us. So they should be able to get the Rune of Strength, which is indeed what they purchased. It's what they should have purchased. Jeez, we keep drawing bad cards. A double dealer for ourselves would be pretty nice because we need stuff to do. Go ahead and do this. Get a couple of extra points in at least. But we are running out of value. Really hit way too many walls at a point where we needed to be kind of tempo oriented. Tough spot. I can actually trade. Or I can Ransom. Ransom is really down tempo for our opponent. That's what I like about it. And just push damage to the face. I mean, if they replay the Poison Peddler for 6, I think we're okay. So they can hit here and GP. All of these get deadly, though. Ah, the Axewoman was key there. And the Shiv, wow. They had a really good turn. They had everything there. So we're going to go ahead and just remove this minion. So the Sparrow and the Battle Oryx. The Battle Oryx, the idea being that we have 2 front lines. They can't get to the Sparrow. We desperately need to draw a card, so the Sparrow can actually be a useful card. So they're going to hide this. And APEP. Okay, I don't know where they really got doing that. Because they could have attacked here, and GP'd here, and gotten rid of a minion. So that would have been smarter for them. So I'm just going to hide their APEP. And then this goes face, we draw a card. Spike T, okay. This hits here. Just go ahead, chip away at that minion. This goes face. And we can go ahead and buy the Nightleaf Trapper. Again, we want board presence here. A wider board possible. And the cool thing is that when they kill an APEP, the rest of the minions do get deadly. So this becomes a more productive minion with the deadly. Okay, they have the Ransom for that, which is a very effective card. And they're going to kill this minion. They are at 8. We can push 6 by just doing that. Devil Dealer. Let's go ahead and see what happens when we do this. Stack the deck. We got him to 2. Honestly, I think we just win by playing Spike T here. So this, I mean, they can't ever attack a minion with a Shiv. So that's a problem because they're at 2. Now they have to buy this. Yeah. There's just too much there. Too much there. Queuing into game number 2. We won game number 1. Looking to go ahead and finish this match off and advance to the round of 16. This is the round of 32 and the Deca Starter Deck Tournament. So we always play Orpheo's Distraction. Game number 1. Game number 1 was an interesting one because we did get the first turn advantage and the tempo edge, but it got a little bit shaky there for a bit, I would have to say. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to keep this because we've got stuff to do every turn. It's never a guarantee, and with one more mulligan, you can accidentally get stacked the deck, which is really, really bad. So I'm going to risk it for the biscuit here. Every time I do this, they have Vanguard Axewoman. But one time I'm going to do this, and I'm going to be a genius. One time, I promise you. Not this time, though. Wow. I should have just stuck with the Sparrow. I just got tempted because the reason why I got tempted is because I drew the Glider Assailant, so I always have a decent T2. So it was a good attempt, but trying is indeed the first step to failure. And that's why you don't try, kids. Tried to make the mean dream work. I guess the odds of them not having an Axewoman and not having a barricade is pretty small. But that doesn't stop me. It never does. We're just going to keep this how it is. Okay. Okay. So I like this. The Uncanny Rogue, we kill this minion. The reason why we kill this minion first is because their God Power just finishes it off if we hit here. So we're going to get 2 attacks in with this effectively. And then our flank trades off with the Ronald and Sparrow so they can't draw cards. The next turn, probably go face with this. Unfortunately, we did draw stack the deck, so we have 1 useless card in hand. But our opponent only has 2 more in hand. And they go ahead with this. Interesting, they force this, which basically forces me to trade here. But I think I'm okay with that. So that's pretty much forced. This goes face. And I can allow this trade, I think. Yeah, I'm just going to allow it. I mean, I could have played Barricade, but Barricade just... it slows him down a tad, but I don't think we gain much. And this trade isn't horrendous. Oh, he played stack the deck, so we're going to win. Like, it's like almost always a sign. Though we bricked hard, but the thing is our next 3 draws were going to be terrible, right? Our next 3 draws were going to be terrible, and now we have, like, on-tempo plays. So, he got rid of 3 very bad draws for us, and now we're drawing into curved things, and he's just so far behind. It's truly the worst card in the deck. It truly is. Spike T plus Shiv. So we don't have any good plays from our hand. So what we're going to do is we're going to buy the Shield Maiden and just flood the board this way. Go face for the favor. Yeah. So again, like our hand and our tempo wasn't very great until they played Stack the Deck. And then when they played that, my hand is like reasonable. So that's actually pretty standard for Stack the Deck. Definitely the worst card in this format. So this is confused, so I'm kind of okay with trading it. Okay. It was not okay with being traded. So this hits one of these, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. This hits here. This hits here. Just mopping up the board, really. I grabbed the Vow, best card in the Sanctum. And, I mean, with our board presence, we might even get the Battle Works. That's the thing is, in these starter tournaments, tempo is just... board initiative is so important. Because when you fall behind, there isn't very many easy ways to get back. In this game, they were behind on the board, then played Stack the Deck. And quite frankly, there's just not enough time. There's just not enough time to do that. Okay, they get rid of the Barricade, but think about how many resources they used to get rid of the Barricade. It was quite embarrassing. If this goes face, we've got lethal. It doesn't. Actually, I had guaranteed lethal with Ransom. Oh well. I just wanted to go to the casino. None of this matters. You don't have to worry about AoEs in this format. There's no Rapture. So, yeah. We win in advance and move on to the round of 16. See you next video.